Hey guys, how's it going? I just want to tell you about the first time I went to Dave and Esther's for lunch. I'd only been going to the church for a couple of weeks and everyone was still getting to know me, and on this day Liverpool were playing Everton in the FA Cup. Now, I don't know about you, but when I watch football I wear my heart on my sleeve. I respond and react to every tackle, every shot and every goal. And as I was watching Liverpool playing Everton, I didn't want to be that person who overreacts the first time you meet someone. So I was trying to play it really calm. And everything was going well, and that was until Curtis Jones scored and my arms went up in the air and I cheered so loud that next door probably heard me. And Dave and Esther just both looked at me and laughed. But isn't it funny how when people watch football, their reactions on the outside can match their emotions on the inside to what their team's just done? I tell you this story because over the last month we've been going through a series we've called Habits. We've been talking about how we can love and connect with an invisible God by developing habits in our lives that will make knowing and relating to God more natural. And today we're going to be completing these habits as we talk about worship. Now, when I've just mentioned worship, you just probably had loads of things run through your head. Maybe it's the time when the band comes out, that 20-30 minutes at the beginning of the church service where we sing about God. But is that all worship is, or is there more to it? Worship is a way for us to connect with God better and to love God more. At its core, worship is simply responding rightly to God and making sure God is the main thing, the top priority. And as my Curtis Jones worldly as evident of, we are all responding to things all the time, and we often do without thinking. And as we do, we respond to things based on our experiences. And today, we want to talk about worship in a way that makes it more than just something that our football team does when they're doing it well. We want to talk about worship as it relates to God and who He is. And there's a book in the Old Testament of the Bible called the Psalms. Now the Psalms are filled with, Psalms, which are basically a collection of songs and poems and prayers used for worship. And to the Jewish people of Jesus today, these songs would probably be their version of the top 40 or their spiritual playlist. Now, like any good playlist, unless you have many playlists, there were songs for every kind of mood, like when you were happy or when you were sad, or angry or excited. And people use the Psalms a lot like we might use worship songs today at church. And one of these songs says this: "Come, let us sing for joy to the Lord. Let us shout aloud to the rock of our salvation. Let us come before Him with thanksgiving and extol Him with the music and song." Here we see the writer of the psalm saying they're singing with thanksgiving because God actually saved them from something, because God did something for them. They're responding on the outside, as we can see by their singing, because of an emotion they are feeling on the inside, which is joy. And all because God had saved them. It's something that God had done for these people. And it's what God had done, and the psalmist understood the part that God had played in that and being saved and recognised this. And the psalmist wants to celebrate what God has done. A way we see this done is singing and chanting. You go to a football match and players have songs that are sung when they score or make a tackle or a good pass, and they're recognised. And in church we sing songs to recognise what God has done in our lives. It's a way of we're showing appreciation and celebration. At church we do this collectively and sing songs to God to focus our emotions on Him. And as a group of people we declare that we're not just a bunch of random people meeting for the sake of it, but we're a people who worship God for what He has done in our lives. Worship focuses our attention in one direction, and that's God. So for those of you who think worship is all about singing, Paul writes about worship in a different way. He says, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters. Worship isn't about music, nor is it about our emotions. Worship is about living for God. And this is why worshiping God helps us know Him better. So whether your worship is through singing or praying, serving or reading, walking, or maybe even football, whatever you do, do it as a way of acknowledging who God is and what He has done. It's about making God the centre of our attention. That is what worship is, and that's a habit worth getting into. Now, everything you do every day can be a response to God and who He is. But I want to encourage you to give you some ideas of picking some time during this weekend, putting your attention on God. One way you could do this is picking a worship playlist and listening to it as you chill or as you run or as you walk, or maybe even work. Another way could be picking an activity you do, and instead of just completing it, do it as an act of worship. It could be football, so choosing to act in a way that honours God by encouraging your team, or washing the dishes as a way of acting how God encourages us to, as a way of honouring our parents. And lastly, we can pay attention to the things that get your attention. If you see something incredible or beautiful, acknowledge it. If it's a tree, God created the tree. Whatever you are doing or whatever you do in this next week, you can make that the place of worship. And when you do everything in response to God, you're worshipping Him. And when you worship Him, you begin to live how He lives. When we begin to live how He lives, we know Him better. So let's make it a habit of connecting with God. I hope you've been encouraged by this month, and I'll see you soon.